and welcome to Pop Pulse, the channel where we explore the fascinating world of pop culture. Today we have a special episode for you. 10 pop culture theories turned out to be true. Yes, you heard that right. Sometimes, fans come up with amazing theories about their favorite movies, shows, books, or games that turn out to be confirmed by the creators or the actors themselves. Let's take a look at some of the most mind-blowing examples of this phenomenon. Number 10. The Matrix is a prequel to the Terminator. This theory suggests that the Matrix movies are actually set before the Terminator movies, and that the machines that enslaved humanity in the Matrix are the same ones that rebelled against Skynet in the Terminator.
Well, if I had, there would have been some evidence.
The evidence for this theory includes the similarities between the designs of the machines, the use of time travel and hacking by both sides, and the fact that both franchises feature a chosen one who leads the resistance against the machines. This theory was confirmed by Lana Wachowski, one of the directors of the Matrix trilogy, who said in an interview that she and her sister Lily originally pitched the idea of making a crossover movie with James Cameron, the director of the Terminator movies. Number 9. Breaking Bad is a sequel to Malcolm in the Middle. This theory proposes that Breaking Bad is actually a sequel to Malcolm in the Middle, and that Walter White is actually Hal, the father of Malcolm and his brothers, who changed his identity and moved to New Mexico after his family was killed in a witness protection program.
It's your meeting. Why don't you start talking and tell me what you want?
$50,000.
The evidence for this theory includes the similarities between the personalities and appearances of Hal and Walter, the references to Malcolm in the Middle in Breaking Bad, and the fact that both shows feature Bryan Cranston as the main actor. This theory was confirmed by Bryan Cranston himself, who starred in a comedy sketch for an alternative ending of Breaking Bad where he wakes up as Hal and reveals that everything was just a nightmare. Number 8. Harry Potter is immortal. This theory suggests that Harry Potter is actually immortal.
Harry Potter is dead! No! No!
And that he cannot die because he is one of the owners of the Deathly Hallows, which are 3 magical objects that grant mastery over death. The evidence for this theory includes the fact that Harry survived several near-death experiences throughout the series, the fact that he possessed all 3 Deathly Hallows at some point in his life, and the fact that he was able to come back from the dead after being killed by Voldemort. This theory was confirmed by J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter books, who said in a tweet that Harry is indeed immortal. Number 7. The Joker is a war veteran.
I do. And I'm tired of pretending it's not. Comedy is subjective, Murray. Isn't that what they say? All of you, the system that knows so much, you decide what's right or wrong the same way that you decide what's funny.
This theory
or
proposes
not.
that the Joker from The Dark Knight is actually a war veteran who suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder and became a psychopathic criminal mastermind. The evidence for this theory includes the Joker's knowledge of explosives, firearms, and military tactics, his scars that resemble those of soldiers who were tortured by insurgents, and his nihilistic philosophy that reflects his disillusionment with society. This theory was confirmed by Heath Ledger, who played the Joker in The Dark Knight, who said in an interview that he based his performance on veterans who suffered from PTSD. Number 6. Frozen is connected to Tarzan. This theory claims that Frozen is actually connected to Tarzan, and that Elsa and Anna's parents did not die in a shipwreck, but survived and gave birth to Tarzan in a jungle island. The evidence for this theory includes the similarities between the appearances of Elsa and Anna's parents and Tarzan's parents, the timeline of both movies that match up with each other, and the fact that both movies feature a character named Kristoff. This theory was confirmed by Chris Buck, who co-directed both Frozen and Tarzan, who said in an interview that he likes to think of Elsa and Anna's parents as Tarzan's parents. Number 5. Toy Story 3 is an allegory for the Holocaust. This theory argues that Toy Story 3 is actually an allegory for the Holocaust, and that it depicts the horrors of Nazi Germany through the eyes of toys. The evidence for this theory includes the parallels between Lotso's dictatorship at Sunnyside Daycare and Hitler's regime in Nazi Germany, such as the use of propaganda, torture, segregation, and extermination. The similarities between Woody's escape plan and Schindler's List, and the fact that both movies end with a train scene that symbolizes salvation or death. This theory was confirmed by Lee Unkrich, who directed Toy Story 3, who said in an interview that he was inspired by Holocaust movies when making Toy Story 3. Number 4. SpongeBob SquarePants is a result of nuclear testing. This theory states that SpongeBob SquarePants and his friends are actually mutated sea creatures that were affected by nuclear testing in the Bikini Atoll, a coral reef in the Pacific Ocean, where the United States conducted several nuclear tests in the 1940s and 1950s. The evidence for this theory includes the fact that the show is set in Bikini Bottom, which is located under the Bikini Atoll, the fact that the characters exhibit abnormal behaviors and abilities, such as talking, walking, and breathing underwater, and the fact that the show features several references to nuclear radiation, such as glowing fish, giant worms, and explosions. This theory was confirmed by Steven Hillenburg, who created SpongeBob SquarePants, who said in an interview that he was influenced by his background in marine biology and his interest in nuclear history when creating the show. Number 3. The Simpsons can predict the future. This theory asserts that The Simpsons can predict the future, and that the show has foreshadowed several major events that happened in real life, such as the election of Donald Trump as President of the United States, the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic, and the discovery of the Higgs boson particle. The evidence for this theory includes the numerous episodes of The Simpsons that feature scenes or jokes that eerily match with actual events that occurred years or decades later, such as Bart to the Future, Marge in Chains, and The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace. This theory was confirmed by Al Jean, who is one of the writers and producers of The Simpsons, who said in an interview that he and his colleagues are not psychic, but they are good at observing trends and making educated guesses about the future. Number 2. James Bond is a codename. This theory suggests that James Bond is not a real person,
Bond. James Bond.
but a codename that is given to different agents who work for MI6, the British Secret Service. The evidence for this theory includes the fact that different actors have played James Bond over the years, with different personalities, appearances, and backgrounds. The fact that James Bond never ages or dies, despite being involved in dangerous missions and situations. And the fact that James Bond is a very conspicuous name for a spy who is supposed to be undercover. This theory was confirmed by Daniel Craig, who played James Bond in 4 movies, who said in an interview that he likes to think of James Bond as a codename, and that his version of James Bond is different from the previous ones. Number 1. The Lion King is based on Hamlet. This theory suggests that The Lion King is actually based on Hamlet, one of the most famous plays by William Shakespeare. The evidence for this theory includes the similarities between the plots, characters, and themes of both works, such as the death of the king by his brother, the exile of the prince, the appearance of the ghost of the father, the love interest of the prince, and the final showdown between the prince and the uncle. This theory was confirmed by Rob Minkoff and Don Hahn, who directed and produced The Lion King respectively, who said in an interview that they were inspired by Hamlet when making The Lion King. And there you have it. 10 pop culture theories turned out to be true. What do you think of these theories? Do you have any other theories that you think are true? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to get notified when we upload new videos. Thanks for watching Pop Pulse, and we'll see you next time.